G'day everybody, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Hope you guys are doing well. We're still in Worm's Rock obviously, and in the previous episode we finally defeated Gortash, and I would say we defeated him quite convincingly, to be honest. In comparison to the fight that we had with Cazador, I feel like the fight with Gortash wasn't as bad, and we didn't really have as much trouble compared to, you know, what happened with Cazador, where Blue kept dying over and over again. We defeated all of his sentries and then, you know, just made sure that we didn't step into grenades and flames and all that sort of stuff. We did carve out a bit of a safe spot for ourselves here, right in the center, which turned out to be really, really good for us. But anyway, before we move on, we're definitely going to loot the place. And yeah, Karlach had quite a bit to say about the defeat of Gortash. So she's feeling a little bit down right now. Very, very keen to go back to camp and just see how she's doing. Perhaps maybe she's got a little bit more to say about the entire situation. Let's have a look around. I don't suppose anyone's here to sort of, you know, tell us not to take any of this stuff, so we may as well loot everything. So let's see, mace +2. Let's just throw that into camp. And yeah, we're probably going to be throwing quite a lot of stuff into camp. What is this? Vulnerable Patriarchs. Lord Gortash, obedience before all, based on their levels of influence across, indexed with vulnerability to various forms of pressure, bribery, blackmail, direct threats. The following are the top 8 peers in Parliament to target in the next 10 days. Duke Dillard Porter, Lord Raylene Yanath, Lady Ruth Lineker, Lady Madeline Whitburn, Lord Her Rillin, Lady Harold Van Thamper, Lady Silifrey Sashenstar, Lord Sarkin Eomain. With utmost respect, the Black Hand of Loyalty.
A young cave bear, killed and stuffed before its teeth were fully grown.
Let's see. Do have a chest back here. Let's just quickly see if we can open that.
Wonder what's past this.
Accelerated Grand Design. I think we've read that before, haven't we? Accelerated Grand Design, the key points, as top leaders in the Bay Knight hierarchy to effectively implement what the Mad Alhun, known as Blue Apex, named the Accelerated Grand Design. It's important that you understand its broad outlines. Don't worry about the details, leave those to me. The central element of this plan is that our dominated Elder Brain lays illithid tadpoles that induce a state of suspended ceremorphosis, in which the host does not transform into Mind Flayer. Instead, the tadpole become psychic minions of the hive mind of the Elder Brain, which they perceive as a goddess, a deity of conquest called the Absolute. This Absolute, however, obeys the command of the Chosen of the Dead Three. Needless to say, as Bane is the god of tyranny, our allies who worship Baal and Merkel must, in the end, defer to us. We'll take that, just in case we do decide to develop illithid powers at a later point. Helldusk Boots. Steadfast. You cannot be forcibly moved by a foe's spells or actions, and you ignore the effects of difficult terrain. Infernal Evasion. When you fail a saving throw, you may use your reaction to succeed instead. Hell Crawler. What is that? Teleport to an area and deal 2 to 16 fire damage where you land. The impact blast spreads in a 3-meter zone. Wow. That is really good. And I think we've got the current boots, these Nightwalkers, just to avoid, difficult terrain. So this is probably a good replacement for it, because I almost feel like Hellcrawler is a better replacement for Misty Step. And it deals damage, too. I suppose the only downside to this is if we're trying to escape, then, you know, you might not deal damage to enemies, but also you could potentially deal damage to allies. So, yeah, I've got to keep that in mind. I don't know, it almost feels like this is something that I should just take right now. And wear. I don't know how I feel about the aesthetics. It's got like claws or teeth or whatever coming out the sides there. But yeah, let's take that, and hopefully it does some justice. We could probably give this to someone else in the party. I'm not entirely sure if there's anyone else who needs a better pair of boots right now, but we'll come back and review that. Right, and anything else around this area that we can take?
Another step forward.
Look like it. Another chest over here.
That's curious.
Oh, okay, I was just going to pick up the the painting just so that I could sell it, but there's a safe back here. So, you know what, maybe just checking in with the corpse of Gortash first might be a good idea. Yeah, I knew he probably had like a key. Tyrannical jackboots. Scintillating, you gain a +1 bonus to charisma checks and saving throws. Could this be something decent for Will, perhaps? Netherstone studded gauntlet. So it's a pair of gauntlets, which I guess we could equip. And it has a piece of the netherstone in there. Enervating suffusion, sorry. Your unarmed attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 force damage. High spell casting. You gain a +1 bonus to spell save DC. Command. Forget what that does. Command a creature to flee, move closer, freeze, drop to the ground, or drop its weapon. Okay, cool, that.
Howling like a great wind through a canyon. It engulfs your mind, drowns your senses. Above the hell rises a screech, gleeful and maniacal. It is the way and the truth. Absolute.
Leave them alone.
The screech quiets, the howl fades. Your mind is hollow, save one lone voice.
Bane's chosen has fallen. His netherstone is yours. You have done well.
I heard the absolute scream.
You heard the Elder Brain. It's regaining its autonomy. It cries not from pain, but exaltation. We must stop it before it breaks free. One netherstone remains. Orin's. We must find her and take it from her. After that, we take control of the brain. And you should start wondering what you will do then.
I'll put an end to it.
We shall see.
Okay, and we still have a few other bits and pieces here. Bit of gold, I guess this is? Yeah. And a note from Helsik. Let's have a read of this. Lord G, yes, if necessary, I could get you back into the House of Hope, for the right price, of course. Though I doubt they'd be happy to see you again. You didn't exactly leave on the best of terms. However, you know your business better than I, or anyone else. H. Devil's Fee. Okay, we do need to go back there. But I think we're going to try and, you know, save Lae'zel first before he even you know, step foot into that shop again. Fabricated arbalist. So, what is this? It's a heavy crossbow. Weapon enchantment +2. Illuminating shot. 1 to 4 damage. A shimmering bolt that inflicts 1 turn of radiating orb. Can be a bonus action. Okay, that's not bad. And you get Dazzling Ray and a few other skills as well. I mean, we'll take it. I don't know who'll use it, but... Tyrannical jackboots. Can I give this to Will and we'll just compare what he currently has with those boots, and we'll see if he's, you know, going to be using it or not. Cloth of Authority. Dauntless. You can't be frightened and cannot be afflicted with other emotion-altering conditions. Authority. You have advantage on intimidation checks. Armor class +1. This doesn't really excite me that much. Not for Gale or for Karlak, I don't think. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, guys. But let's just send that to camp for now. Alright, I may as well just grab a whole bunch of stuff from here as well. Journal of Enver Gortash. I knew it would be risky to give one of the nether stones to that loose catapult Orin, but when I look in her eyes I feel something, though I'm not sure what to call it, and after all, what's the point of a grand alliance of the Dead Three without old Ball? I thought I could depend on that aged stump Ketheric. However, it never even occurred to me he could be brought down by a random collection of shabby adventurers. Obviously, possession of the weapon was the key element, but do the vagabonds possess the weapon, or does the weapon possess them? It's just as the great sages say, a plan will take you only so far, and then you'll have to fall back on your principles. And inasmuch as control is the guiding principle of the committed Bay Knight, it's axiomatic that I must be in control of all 3 netherstones. The solution is obvious. Pit the vagabonds against the loose catapult, and once they bring me the other 2 netherstones, we'll find suitable positions for them in the new order to follow. Not the Illithids. Grand design, of course, but the Golden Reign of Gortash. Yes, has a nice ring to it. Man, that sounds so crappy. Then we shall deal with our naughty absolute brain and its growing propensity to throw petulant psionic tantrums. It's no accident that I chose to place it in a domed cavern beneath the upper city. Ah, okay, right. I guess the tremors are coming from there. A domed cavern. Well, I mean, we're not in the upper city just yet, so this doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really mean anything right now. The location is perfectly formed to concentrate the psychic force of the netherstones, concentrate it to such a degree that not even our Netherese enhanced brains will be able to resist my commands. Once I control all 3 netherstones naturally, and the sooner, the better. Memoir notes with recent addenda. Memoirs by Gortash outlined for Chapter 4. I re-established worship of Bane in Baldur's Gate as a hidden cult. I realize the secret worship of Baal is also on the resurgence, and acquaint myself with the local leader, an actual Balespawn. The Balespawn and I work together on a heist from the House of Wonders, and discovering common goals forge an alliance. In dreams, the Balespawn and I are visited by Baal and Bane, who name us their chosen and command us to seek out an ally with Ketheric Thorm, the chosen of Merkel. Visiting Ketheric at Moonrise Towers, I learn of the Mind Flayer colony in the Underdark below and conceive a plan to conquer its elder brain using the Crown of Karsus. The Balespawn and I employ a diabolist a Diabolist's service, to gain access to Mephistar and steal the crown. We three chosen use the crown to enslave the colony's elder brain, but during that raid, the Balespawn is betrayed by the Balist's second-in-command, Orin the Red, who usurps the Balespawn's power and declares herself Bale's new chosen. Ah, interesting. Okay, so when he was cooking up the plan, Orin wasn't already in the group, but then she sort of rose to power. She usurps the Balespawn's power and declares herself Baal's new chosen. Following my master plan, the new trio brainstorms our grand hoax of the Absolute. Note, where to put in the Astral Prism and the adventurers who took it after its theft from Vlaakith, and when to admit considering taking them as my new allies. Yeah, he did offer us a deal, didn't he? But nope, we didn't take it. So, the ultimate state. What is progress? Progress is the movement of society and culture towards a state of collective unity. Without unity, mortals, each with their own individual agenda, blunder against each other, causing friction, conflict, war. Unity, peace, and prosperity is achieved when the collective follows a single agenda, that of one superior person. Runaway egocentrism, that urge often miscalled free will, is the one true enemy of unity. Free will must be eliminated. Control of the brain is the key. The Netherese tadpole is the perfect tool. Tadpoled, the brain is freed of egocentrism to follow the agenda of the unity. The tadpoled brain is a happy brain. There is no conflict except against the enemies of unity. And the brain is all you need. Once freed from its agendas of free will, it can also be freed of the frailties of the mortal form. The brain can live forever in a steel body, or even better, control that body from afar. This is progress. This is the ultimate state. Lord Enver Gortash. The Astral Prism Heist. Now this I definitely want to read. Gortash's private memoir notes, number 16. The Astral Prism Heist. After that dream I had about the Githyanki threat to our accelerated grand design, my research led me to pore through the old archives left behind in Moonrise Towers by the High Heralds. These records included some surprisingly early sources, both Githyanki and Githzerai, that mentioned a relic or artifact called the Astral Prism, or Prism. Hang on, Astral Prison or Prism. Though the source of its power was unstated, this artifact was reputed to be able to project a field that disrupted Illithid psionics. Such an artifact would clearly be an existential threat to both our absolute ambitions and the grand design. All three of the ancient sources agreed that the Astral Prism was in the hands of the Githyanki Lich Queen, Vlaakith. Thus was born the plan to send a tadpoled strike team in a regrown Nautiloid piloted by the Emperor to steal the Astral Prism from Vlaakith. Okay. Right, so the Emperor was on the same ship as us. I think. Doesn't give too many details about him approaching the House of Grief to, you know, basically come up with the team, which included Shadowheart, to try and steal the Astral Prism. Let's have a look here. The leadership of the Zentarim. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext, Rebound by Eosefa Elgin, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Danir for her heretical efforts to reconstruct the metatext, her god's annal of lost and hidden knowledge. Despite their protestation to the contrary, it takes no keen eye to see echoes of Bainite philosophy in modern Zentarum practice, a strict militaristic hierarchy where all power flows from the top. Who occupies that position today is the matter of some speculation, for the Black Network's leadership was thought destroyed along with their headquarters at Zentil Keep in 1383 DR. In the following decades, however, a new base of power began to consolidate at the fortress of Darkhold, far to the south. At its center stands the Paragost, an enigmatic armored figure to whom the Zentarum rebirth is almost single-handedly attributed. Whoever their leader, it is clear that this new Zentarum have not abandoned plans for domination, so much as recalculated their approach. Where once their focus was on the subversion and conquest of nations, the network of today is much more concerned with establishing their stranglehold on the market, a power which crosses borders that are closed to more conventional forces. Fancy clothes? We'll take it. I think it might be everything here at the desk. Okay, let's return this way.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Alright, and there's a few additional things to read here. Studies of the Elder Brains. A report for Lord Gortash by Scribe Yanthus. An Illithid Elder Brain is many things, absolute ruler of its Mind Flayer colony, font of procreation through its production of Illithid larvae, the so-called tadpoles. But most of all, an Elder Brain is a supremely powerful organic calculator, a mental machine able to process a vast number of simultaneous thought processes. It is always 100 moves ahead and cannot be surprised except by a sudden confluence of unexpected variables. Mortal genius and innovation are no match for its sheer computational power. Below this, a note is appended in Gortash's precise handwriting. No weakness, but the unexpected. It seems I shall need unexpected allies. Baldur's Gate's Temple of Ball. A report for Lord Gortash by Scribe Yanthus. Your humble servant must report a failure in his assigned task of determining the location of the Ball Temple. Its location is known in a general sense. It's in the haunted, tumble-down subterranean complex usually called the Undercity Ruins, but though these ruins are said to be accessible from Baldur's Gate's sprawling sewer system, accounts differ on the location of this access point. Even if one could find a way into the ruins, they are extensive and the temple's location within them is no longer certain. The temple was last active during the time of the Ballist leader Saravok over a century ago, and is said to have fallen into disuse after his passing. I shall report to the disciplinarian to expiate my failure. Right, is that everything? So we did open that chest, did we open this chest as well? I think we sort of pulled back, didn't we? Yeah. Servitor of the Black Hand Gloves. Enervating Suffusion. Okay, I feel like we've seen this in something else. Let's take everything. But we should be able to hopefully open this safe. And another key for another vault in the bank. Take that. Cures any disease and removes blindness, paralyzed, and poisoned conditions. Okay. Shield Steward Interrogation Log. Transcript of key passage in the interrogation of Flovis Nudge, Steward of the Knights of the Shield Hall. When did you begin to suspect that Duke Stelmane was not herself? I cleared her dinner dishes after a meal of mutton pie, but when I got the dish up to the kitchen, the mutton was brains. Brains? And not sheep brains neither. So I started poking around in the Elfsong cellar, In the Knights' secret chambers, yes. And I found a cell with a body in it. Oh yes, we've read this one. This is them discovering that Stelmane was actually a mind flayer. The Emperor. Okay. I think we're done, right? Still don't know what this pillar of light is. Again, probably a bit of a bug. Surely all this stuff is worth something. Receipt for painting. Receipt. Recent receipt. Fee paid for a full-length portrait of the god Bane, with a side note in Gortash's precise handwriting. Now he is doubly immortal. Are there any pathways from here that I've missed? Let me just have a look at the map. Yeah, this is the alternate route. I don't think there's anything else here. Oh, what about this? Valarkan's failed coup.
Open up.
This is a popular history account of Grand Duke Valarkan's attempt to usurp the power of Baldur's Gates' Council of Four, in which he staged a failed coup, backed by a cult of lycanthropes called the Band of the Red Moon. There are several notes in the margins in Gortash's precise handwriting, with the following scrolled in the end paper. 2 lessons. First, assassination alone isn't enough. And second, Duke Dillard Porter lived through this, so don't underestimate him. A cork-eyed stranger.
This is a bust of the god Bane as he first appeared to Gortash in dreams, and was then described to a Rivington sculptor.
Oh, okay. So, Bane showed himself surprisingly as a normal-looking old man.
Dame Mafrey, the orphan's friend, founded several orphanages in the outer city, as the lower city was no place for children, and the upper city declined to sponsor an orphanage. Founder of the Flaming Fist. Later history is kinder to him than accounts from his time, which portray him as a cruel and hard-handed mercenary commander.
Political Influence Plan. Parliamentary Action Plan, current 10-day. Concentrate efforts on the following patriarchs as noted below. Duke Dillard Porter. Though Dillard Porter sits on the ducal council, he would make a poor puppet, as his wits are failing and his will is weak. He is, however, a coward, so direct threats should suffice to persuade him to resign his council seat in favor of his niece, Liara Porter. Once tadpoled, Blaze Liara will be a powerful addition to our roster of patriarchs. Lord Raylene Yanath. The Yanath family's mining interests make Lord Raylene a primary target of Banite capture. Raylene is foolishly proud and has been conducting an affair with a rent goblin in Little Calamshan, which makes him vulnerable to blackmail. As he will do almost anything to avoid exposure, instruct Edward Needle to publish an article which hints about the affair that will be meaningful to Raylene, and then leave a much more detailed anonymous note in his upper city bedroom. That should make him pliable. Lady Ruth Lineker Our sources indicate the Lineakers have recently received windfall payments from their Tetherian gem mines. Cash that we could use better than they will. Abduct Lady Ruth's granddaughter, Fariza Lineker, and hold her in the upper city safe house until her grandmother meets our ransom demands. See to this immediately. Jeez. Right, let's take a look at some of these other ones.
First of the Bormal patriarch family to start his own venture, Alec is the unscrupulous bastard who made their fortune in mines and vineyards. Baldur's Gate ship captain Morgan Redlocks wed a man thrice her age. After the wedding, the groom suffered a heart attack. Redlocks converted his merchant ships into a pirate fleet. Carrick started from nothing, built a financial empire and founded the counting house. He refused to mingle with the other patriarchs, saying they didn't want me when I was an urchin, and now they can't have me.
Okay, plenty more things to sell. I'm guessing we're gonna need like tons and tons and tons of money when we get to the upper city. Alright, let's head back down. Actually, I'm surprised that we can simply portal our way down. Is that because Gortash has been defeated? What do the Fist think of all of this, I wonder, though? Anyway, I am going to just portal our way back, so we probably should just go back to Baldur's Gate proper, though, because we are going to go for Orin next. So yeah, I think that's the plan. We'll try to seek out Orin, defeat her, retrieve Lae'zel, and then we'll go back to Helsik and see if we can either, you know, weasel our way into the room upstairs, or someone was leaving some comments about me being a little bit skittish with the conversation.
Slain! Joy! Freedom. Close. Help me. Help you. Reciprocation! Watchers! Ignore you. Foundry. Neutralized. Witnesses. Eliminated. You walk free. You one task. Kill Orin! Kill Orin! Kill Orin! Kill Orin!
Jeez, okay. You don't even have to tell us. We're going to be doing that. Regardless. But yeah, so we'll go to Helsik after all of that, and as I was saying, we could continue the conversation, although I'm just a little bit concerned about paying like 5,000 gold. I mean, we could. We've got a lot of gold. So I suppose maybe I don't need to be too afraid of that. But we could easily maybe pickpocket our way up there, so we'll see. Time for a long rest though, because I'm kind of keen to see what people have to say about the entire situation with Gortash, and I'm also keen on seeing what Karlach has to say about her entire situation. She's obviously, you know, not feeling too great right now, feeling really, really down. And yeah, she's probably just questioning what she's fighting for right now. What is she doing? Very strange. I will speak to everyone first, though.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Speak.
Oh, okay. People don't seem to have anything to say right now.
Oakfather preserve you.
What about Duke Ravengard?
Hail!
Nope.
It's Been a day, Scratch. Come here, boy.
Let's have a chat with Karlak, see if there's anything that she needs to say to us.
What's on your mind?
Not right now. Okay. Well, we may as well have that long rest then, and I do need to obviously pick up someone else to join the party. Okay, I'm surprised that nothing actually happened during the night. We do have another letter from Orin, though. Kudos on the murder of Gortash.
What does she want?
You've done well, underling. Baldur's Gate's gag on Gortash's goal, and your little pet still has eyes to witness it. Now, to do proper honor to the Murder Lord, you must submit yourself to trial in the Murder Tribunal. Remember, Sicarius. Succeed there, and you may find me in Baal's temple, deep below the tyrant's rotted cobbles. In that unholy sanctum, the Murder Lord will watch our blood duel at last. I will keep your minion safe until then, until it misbehaves. Orin. Alright, let's check on the journal, because I haven't exactly been looking at that since we've done all of this stuff. So investigate the murders. Yeah, we do need to go to Candle Hollow to try and get to Orin, I think. But then there's all the sewers, right, that we need to try and explore. So I think I'm going to explore the sewers a little bit more. Try to see if there are no other ways to try and get to Orin from the sewers. And then, yeah, try to get to this murder tribunal. Yeah, I think that's everything. Let's have a chat with Karlak.
Hey, soldier. You're back.
I've been worried about you. Are you alright?
Yeah, despite my best efforts. I kept trying to flop over and give up, but Karlak just won't let me. Did I miss anything important?
We can talk about that later. I'm more concerned about you.
Would you believe it if I said I'm all right? You know, soldier, we're so fucked. The Dark Three are trying to consume the Sword Coast. We've still got tadpoles in our eyes, and I've got a ticking time bomb in my chest. I'm not sure anyone has ever been more fucked than this. And yet, we're fine. In this moment, we're fine. Here I am. There you are, breathing, talking, even laughing if we want. Is it very precious to say that despite it all, I'm happy?
It's good. It's good to see her completely backflip on her entire stance from the previous episode, so that's really good to see. If you're happy, I'm happy.
In that case, there's something I wanted to ask you. Will you stay with me when it's time for me to go?
Oof.
I think I can do anything if you're there. Even die.
Oof. We're gonna try to make sure that it doesn't come to that, right? Like, I assume when we get to the upper city, perhaps maybe something may lead us to a solution to this problem. I don't know what to respond with, because I do feel like perhaps maybe we'll find something. But if we don't, then of course I'll be with her. Let's go in with confidence here. we're going to cure you before it comes to that. I just know it.
All right. But if we don't, I hope I can count on you. You haven't let me down yet, and it'd be a poor showing to start now. Now, enough tragedy, I'm not gone yet, and our schedule is packed with important heroics, isn't it? Plus, if I cry anymore, I'm gonna run out of tears and start leaking motor oil. Thanks for everything, soldier. I'm extremely glad to be in this thing together.
Great. Okay, good. Well, she needs to join us immediately,
Soldier?
because,
Hell yes.
I don't think I'm done with this party. I really love Wholeson's haste spores, to be honest. It's just too bad that it's only once per long rest, but hey, we can always just take some long rests when we need. Let's get out there and do we speak to everyone else? I'm surprised that
Yes.
no one has a comment about Gortash's death.
How can I help?
Except for Karlak, that is. Right, well, off we go. And just a little bit of prep work here before we proceed, so let's get that elemental out. Oh, that's right, and Will has those boots that we wanted to check out, right? Is it with him? Yes, the tyrannical jackboots. So he's got boots of arcane bolstering. Yeah, I think this is much better. I don't know if I can agree with what it looks like, but him having additional bonuses to charisma checks is obviously really, really powerful, considering he's got the boost from Birthright as well. So yeah, I like that. So let's go with that. Unless obviously you guys leave comments to say something else, then, you know, we can obviously review that again. But yeah, let's get prepped with a few other things here. Let's do that. Let's do Long Strider. Alright, I think we're ready. So, next order of things is to go down into the sewers. Do we have a portal that would take us to the sewers? I can't remember exactly, but I mean, we do have a sewer entrance right here. So, we can just start exploring from there again. I know we've probably made some headways from here already, but so when we met Orin last time, we sort of met her... Where was it? Was it there or was it here? I think it may have been... No, actually it doesn't really have too much of a significance because this is where we found the Emperor's, like, not stash, like, room. I think they were living there, in hiding. I wonder what that lever does. Perhaps maybe switches a lot of this off? I don't know where that leads, so we could try to investigate that, but I think perhaps maybe just trying to go through this area here would be a good idea. So Let's get a move on. Do we have to go through the guild hall? I suppose it's better than fiddling around with jumping and all that sort of stuff trying to get across. So that's fine. I think to get there, we sort of need to go through here, don't we?
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Whoops. Why did that happen? I think maybe I may have misclicked something. Whoopsie. Okay, we've got Gandrel and a couple of little ones here. What are they doing here? Let's do a quick save.
I need a quick word.
My children. My sweet ones. What have they done to you?
I'm hungry, Father. I'm so hungry.
It hurts, Father. The hunger. It never stops.
Please, do you know of anything that can be done?
Ooh. Let them feed on animals. It's the best you can do.
I've been fighting it, but I think you're right. Better that than they start feeding off humans.
Can we have a chat with them?
Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for everything.
At least I'm not alone. I could not have borne that eternity.
Yeah. I really don't know if I made the right decision, but... So we could go towards the north. I think I'll go around this side first. I did see that rat with glowing eyes. I'm kind of curious. But we can always come back for it. A waypoint? Where? Oh, finally. Okay, something to get us back down here quickly.
Time to rest. That might be worth a look.
Okay, what do we have here? Yoink, 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 yoink. Okay, we'll take everything. Ooh. The hell? Oh, it's Arabella. Let's do a quick save here, just in case.
Arabella seems not to notice you as you approach. She's as intent on examining a peculiar stone as she is unbothered by the corpses littered on the ground.
Arabella?
Hey! I had a feeling you'd show up. It's sort of our thing, like it's fate or something. Check out the stone. It's magic. Incredible, right?
Okay, well, let's do an Arcana check in that case. Ah. Okay, how much inspiration do we have? Not much. Do we roll again? I'll keep one inspiration. So let's roll again.
You are flooded with memories of the distant past. Creatures slain, lovers reunited, spells crackling through the air. The stone holds records of all who have passed by it. Arabella is collecting them. It's as natural as breathing for her.
You're right. That stone is incredible. I saw past events as if I'd been there myself.
And I've only scratched the surface. I want to know everything. Bone Man was right. The weave will take care of me. I just need to listen.
I hope she doesn't become, like, really power hungry or anything like that. There are corpses everywhere. What happened?
Bandits came at me with daggers. They didn't know who they were messing with.
Have you been on your own this whole time?
Yep, and I like it that way. Bone Man told me to follow the weave, to let it guide me. I've learnt a lot thanks to him, and I'm still learning.
I don't know if I should be here with Gale, considering he's, you know, somewhat of a master of the weave, right? So...
Don't worry about me, I'll be just fine. I'll see you soon enough. Bone Man said so.
Yeah, Withers is still very much a mystery to us, isn't he? There's not really too much that we can learn about him, apparently. I thought perhaps maybe we might learn a thing or two, you know, after speaking to the Carrion. But not exactly. Because the Mystic Carrion kind of is the same type of entity, I feel. Ooh, there's a lot of grease here. A lot of oil.
Attention! Marching.
The pride of the gate. What comes now? Let's get going.
Bit of parchment. Everything is here, just as I promised to my favorite customer. These were not easy to slip past the bone cloaks and fists. I assume you will be prompt in leaving my payment in the usual manner. Until next time, yours, faithful procurer. Or your faithful procurer. I was fully expecting some kind of a trap to just like explode or something like that around here.
Have to keep going.
Alright, I guess it's safe for everyone else to follow. Oh, Garlac. Okay, so let's have a chat with this rat. Cranium rat.
We see, we know.
What? Oh, yes, there are these methods out here.
What are we supposed to be doing?
us watch for troublemakers.
But we are troublemakers.
Not a fan of how much grease there is here. These guys are not
What's the name
immediately
of that
hostile.
river down there.
Wizard called it the sewer.
Wizard call it the sewer. Is there a wizard down here? Yeah.
Did you go for a swim earlier?
Nah, don't know how to swim.
Must have been some other oozing, stinking lump floating downstream.
All right, what now?
Keep forgetting.
Ladder that goes up. I'm not sure if this is another manhole that we've been through. Because I remember I kept like backing out of being in the sewers. So surprisingly, these guys haven't exactly started attacking us just yet. I don't know if they will. If we get closer. So since we've got these new boots, I think it should be okay for us to go through the grease.
What's this, cousin? Another absolutist come to see what we did to poor old Sarin. Your god took her mind, cultist, so Bereki took her head, and I burned the flesh from her bones. And now you come to interrupt the funeral rites. Yes, cousin. An excellent idea.
They're cousins?
Cousin says we will take you in return. He says you look just like kindling for Sarin's funeral pyre.
You have it wrong. I'm not with the Absolute.
I believe you may believe that. The Absolute takes people, twists them. Sarin, Bereki, and I, we were the three finest thieves in Baldur's Gate. We broke into the offices of Gortash, discovered he was with the Absolute too. Your fellow cultists hunted us, so we hid down here. We were safe, and so was our loot, until the darkness soured Sarin's mind. She kept our treasure from us, said Bereki and I had gone strange. Hush, cousin. Sarin turned into a cultist herself, so we did what we had to. Bereki wept until his voice was gone, and then he was gone too, leaving only me to conduct Sarin's rites. And my cousins here. You cannot conduct the rites without a clan to bear witness, or some fuel for the fire.
I'm not a cultist, and I don't think your friend was either. Your paranoia turned you against one another. Come on.
She swore she was no cultist, but you all lie. The Absolute turns you. I don't know. Pass then, and do not come back. This is Sarin's final resting place, and a killing ground for all who come to disturb her.
But we are troublemakers.
Alright, so we can go through now. Oh, okay. Apparently they're all up this way, but...
They are my favorite.
can we just freely move around now, or... They're all green, so I suppose it should be okay for us to move around in this area. Let me go up the ladder and just see where that will actually take us. Okay, yeah. We've definitely been here before.
Did you go for a swim earlier? Must be some other sneaking
Yes, so they are my favorite too.
Yeah, the only issue that I have with this place, though, is that there's just grease everywhere. A lot of our companions are probably going to be slipping every so often. More cultists down here.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
I am still concerned about, like, traps and stuff. And I kind of want to uncover what's going on in this area. Loose stone. Let's take a look. Hmm. I'll take that.
Oakfather preserve you.
Let me do a quick save here, because I'm not entirely sure they'd be happy if we actually came back, but presumably we're okay to just walk around in this area. What is going on here? Saren's skeleton. Capture orders. The wizard is a lunatic who already murdered one of his close companions out of sheer paranoia. It is likely none would believe his tale of the tadpoles, no matter what truth we saw. But end him all the same. Orin will brook no failure when we are so close, and even so lost a soul will make a fine offering to our lord. Okay, so I guess they thought that he knew a little bit too much. Let's have a chat with him again. I don't know if he says anything new, but...
Saren is silent now, I think. At rest.
Okay. If I interact with Saren, would that peeve all of these guys off? Well, quite possibly, but... kind of curious. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to call it an episode here, guys. We'll decide what we want to do with this group, and then likely proceed further north. I'm not entirely sure if there are some rooms over here that we could access, or if there's even a pathway to any of this stuff. Probably not, actually. So, just gonna have a look around up this way. See if we can uncover a little bit more, and then Yeah, I guess there's a cache here, which we haven't really grabbed just yet. But no real path to Orin that I can see so far. Maybe up this way. Alright. Anyway, signing out here, guys. Thanks for watching. Drop me a like down below. As usual, stay true. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.